All right, man. So today we're going to be talking about Cher, our brand spanking new shooting guard. So Cher is a shooting guard who specializes in three-point, mid-shot, and creating a whole lot of space, man. Really good at creating space. She has 4 abilities that revolve around it, and her speed stat is insane. So let's take a look at the stats first. First stat we're looking at is a three-point shot with 69 at base. That is a really good base three-point shot, and I'm not sure how much she gets from her cells. I believe she maxes out at, 103. I could be wrong, though. Going to go back and look at that chart. So next stat we're looking at is the mid-range shot. Wait a minute. Before we move on to mid-range, I just want to say three-point shots is probably the main thing you want to be taking with her. So now let's move on to the mid-range shots. So mid-range shot with 62 at base. That's actually not bad at all. Like I said before inside the previous video that she was in, that this is really close to someone like Havoc G. So if your Havoc G is consistently making those mid-range shots, then you can bank on her making those as well. So close shot and dunk are both garbage. She does not belong in there. She's not Conan. She's not Silverwolf. She's not pre-buff Friedman. So you should not be dunking the ball with her. You should not be doing layups with her. You belong in the mid-range area and the three-point line. That's it. So next we're looking at steal with 55 at base. That's actually not too bad. I wouldn't recommend going into a steal build though. So now we're looking at dribble with 50 at base. You don't want to be holding the ball too long with this character. She does not have a dribble stat similar to some of the passing point guards. So compare her to White, compare her to Yui. Her dribble stat is just not very good in comparison. So next we're looking at the pass stat with 55 as well. Her pass stat is not that good, and I'm like 100% sure she's not going to get a whole bunch from her cells either. So yeah, man, be careful passing the ball when there's an Ayumi or a White on the opposing team. You should be just fine. So next we're looking at the speed stat with 76 at base. The exact same speed stat as someone like Yui. So make sure y'all keep that in mind. She's an extremely fast character, bro. And this entire bottom section down here is garbage. Jump, rebound, block, and power. All trash. She does not specialize, or she's not even decent in any of those areas. The only thing I want to say something about is the block stat. So I've been blocking shots from people like point guards. I can actually block them a little bit later inside their shooting animation compared to if I was using someone like Fire King or someone like Hoy. So yeah, make sure y'all keep that in mind as well. She's really good at blocking shots. It doesn't require as much timing as some of the other shooting guards. So let's jump to the abilities. All right, we got Cher's abilities pulled up. So we're going to do something a little bit different this time. We're going to add on some extra information. After we get done talking about all 4 of the abilities, we're going to talk about how they all work together. So let's start off with Flash Dribble. David and Dora also have this. I'm not completely sure if anyone else has it. So let's read it. Break through at the moment of catching the ball at level 2. Drift distance plus 10, and you get 3% extra accuracy for 3 seconds. And at level 3, you get 5% extra accuracy for a total of 8%. Extra accuracy inside the mid-range area and at the three-point line. I'm not completely sure if that counts for layups and dunks as well, but shouldn't be doing that with her anyway. All right, so next we're looking at lightning drift. So this is basically just a flash drift shot. So let's read it. You can take a drift shot immediately after catching the ball, but the hit rate will decrease slightly. So one thing I want to point out about this ability before we go much further is that you can use this in the mid-range area and behind the three-point line. So it definitely helps, but you have to remember that this will reduce your accuracy. So only use it if you absolutely have to. So level 2, increase accuracy of wide open shots by 3%. This ability is not meant to be used contested. So I have been telling people that Cher, she's like an enhanced version of someone like Camille, but they don't understand what I mean by that. Camille is a character who revolves around creating space, so he can more consistently get wide open shots, and he takes those contested mid-range shots every now and then because he has enhanced mid shot that gives him 5% disturbance resistance and 2% extra accuracy while he's contested. Cher does not have enhanced mid shot. She also does not have as much mid-range as someone like Camille. You should only be using this if it's going to get you a wide open shot. If not, you should not be using this. It will decrease your hit rate. It is not worth using this contested in the mid-range area. So we're going to save the level 4 for last. Now we're looking at sidestep and shoot. So this ability was emergency nerfed. The very next day after she was released, it got nerfed. She was jumping to the side at an insane speed, and she was firing that shot off at the same speed as a pull-up. It was completely busted. They nerfed it, and now it is completely balanced. It only works if you utilize her kit properly. So let's read it. Shooting after a quick move to the left or right side. Level 2, base hit rate increased by an additional 2%, and you get 3% more hit rate at level 3. For a total of 5% extra accuracy. In order to activate this, you just tap your aux button while you're holding your analog to either the left or the right. All right, so last we're looking at the cut dribble move, her bread and butter, the most important ability inside of her kit. A lot of people thought that it was the sidestep and shoot when she was released, but even before it got nerfed, the cut dribble move was still the most vital part of her kit. So let's read it. Move quickly to get rid of the defense when attacking without the ball. So you have to not have the ball in order for you to dash without the ball. So level 2, increase cut-in distance by 10. At level 3, you get 5% extra accuracy at the 3-point line. And at level 4, you get 5% more accuracy for a total of 10% for 3 seconds after a cut dribble move. So now that we've got done talking about the abilities, let's talk about how they all work together. So first, and most importantly, is the cut dribble move. You want to make sure that you are utilizing this when you do not have the ball. You want to use it in a way where you're going to lose your defender. So they're following you, cut in the opposite direction, then your teammates can pass you the ball. And when they pass you the ball, if your defender is too close to you, like they're trying to mark you or something, and you can just jump into a flash dribble, you can put even more space between you and your defender. And if they end up being a little bit too far to your side, after you get done with your cut dribble move into a flash dribble, then at that point, that's when you use the sidestep and shoot. You should not be using this when your defender is right there in front of you. It is an enormous risk, especially after the nerf. It's a huge risk to use this while your defender is in front of you. Make sure you keep that in mind. This ability is meant to create more space for you to take an open shot. It is not meant to create space so that you can fire off a contested shot. Make sure y'all keep that in mind. So let's go back to cut dribble move because she also has a lightning drift. So if you go into your cut dribble move and you can have a slower defender guarding you, someone like a Havoc G or a Julian or any of the power forwards besides Amanda and Katiusha, then you can actually get a lot of wide open shots with this character. You just jump into cut dribble moves, you lose them. You have 76 speed at base. You are definitely going to lose them. And if they're not close enough to you, you can jump into a lightning drift for 17% extra accuracy when you add in the cut dribble move, and it definitely helps. So we're not going to talk much more about how these abilities synergize. I just wanted to give y'all a general idea of how to use this character. You want to be using your cut dribble move to create space, and then jump into a flash dribble to create more space. And if they're not close enough to you after the cut dribble move, just jump into a lightning drift instead. You'll do just fine. And remember, only use the sidestep and shoot if your defender is too far to your side. Do not use it if they're right there in front of you. So let's jump to Street Legend. All right, so we got Street Legend pulled up. We got our girl Cher in here. So first ability we'll be looking at is the sidestep and shoot. So it's basically just a basic ability. You jump to the side, you fire a shot off, and a lot of the time you'll get it in there, especially if you're wide open. You will definitely get that shot on in there. So next, we're going to be looking at the flash dribble. So she's going to pass to me. We jump into a flash dribble there, and it's beautiful, man. So you throw a pump fake up there. Oh, man, what are you doing, Susan? This is why I don't like demonstrating stuff in Street Legend, but I got no choice. All of her abilities are off-ball related. Let's see if we can get this rip on Yui. Nope, she fires off a mid-shot, and she actually makes it. Whatever, man. So, go ahead and hit me, Susan. So, now we're going to be talking about the cut dribble move. What are you doing, Sarah? What are you doing, man? We're going to throw a pump fake up there. Then you jump into a cut dribble move to create even more space. And if Susan would have passed the ball on time, I would have had an easy wide open lightning drift. Now, if that was a real person, I would have been contested easily, probably even blocked. So let's talk more about the cut dribble move. So with the cut dribble move, you want to make sure that you are using it, especially if you trick your defender with a pump fake. So you throw a pump fake up there, pass, cut dribble move, call for the ball, and then your teammates won't pass to you because they're horrible randoms. So go ahead and pass the ball, Susan. So yeah, man, I think that's it when it comes down to the abilities. We talked about the lightning drift. We talked about the flash dribble. We talked about the cut dribble move. And we also talked about the sidestep and shoot. So just to wrap this video up, I want to make sure that I say this once more. Sidestep and shoot is not an ability meant to be spammed. If your defender is too far to your side, that's when you use it. How do you get your defender too far to your side? You utilize your cut dribble moves. You utilize your flash dribbles. You create that space. And if you created enough space, then you can just take a regular shot. But if not, you can jump into a sidestep and shoot. They will not be able to stop you. That's it. Now catch y'all on the next one.